Well, it's been exactly 1 week since Jack Johnson was sentenced to 7 years in jail, just days before his wife and former councilwoman Leslie Johnson. But there are still ongoing questions as to whether the cases mark an end to ethics investigations. Natalie Wilson is in Upper Marlboro with the story tonight.
Well, since the time Jack and Leslie Johnson were arrested, they have essentially become the faces of this corruption scandal. But if you remember last Tuesday when Jack Johnson was sentenced, U.S. Attorney Rod Rosenstein made it very clear that this ethics investigation is ongoing, meaning that it doesn't stop here. Now, today I spoke with a prominent lawyer in our area about what all this means, and he says based on what he has seen and observed, there is strong reason for others involved in this corruption scandal to be worried about their future.
The prosecution has never said that their investigation is ended.
It was an image many thought they would never see. Jack Johnson, a once prominent figure in Prince George's, sentenced to 7 years in prison. But before he learned his fate, the prosecution released a memorandum suggesting that Jack Johnson was scheming to secure money and jobs after he left office, and even bragged during a wiretapped conversation about the number of jobs he arranged based on bribes. Attorney Jimmy Bell spoke candidly about what it could mean for others involved.
This judge has shown, and not that he's nothing wrong with what he's done, he's shown that he's no nonsense on this. And that if you're involved in this type of activity, that he's going to want to incarcerate you for a significant period of time. He is not playing at all.
In wiretap conversations, Johnson said 5 people had each agreed to pay him $12,000 a month as a consultant, and another developer would give him $15,000 a month. Prosecutors say Johnson told a family member that when he left office, he would have about $900,000. But despite the damaging evidence, Bell calls Johnson's sentence excessive.
The judge had an opportunity to have this man serve some time, but also talk to some of these young people and tell them about some of the mistakes he made. It's not going to help the community by him just being in jail for 7 years.
Bell says that Johnson's sentence was in many ways making a statement, but in a court where a one-time prosecutor can get sentenced for almost a decade of jail time, it could give some indication of what's to come.
If the sentence that the judge has given out is any indication of how he feels about this, they're in trouble.
Now, as far as that black cloud that's been hanging over Prince George's County, the arrest and sentencing of the Johnsons has closed an important chapter in Prince George's County history. But as to whether or not the entire negative stigma associated with this corruption probe has been removed remains to be seen. In Upper Marlboro, I'm Natalie Wilson for CTV News.
And the memorandum also describes Johnson's plans to work as a consultant for the hospital.